All right, everyone, we should be live, going live a little bit early today, actually. I've got a little bit of garden work that I needed to do in between live streams. Of course, at 1 p.m., I go live with the quartering. So I decided, we'll just go early a little bit today. And yes, indeed, I will be in New Orleans soon. And so I'm thinking I'll probably put out a video and some other shit a couple days beforehand, before travel, and get set up. Maybe we can have a clanker meetup at some restaurant or something like that. Never done that sort of thing before, but I think it would be fun. So, yeah, it'd be an experience. Taco Woman Sandy Ravage sticks. Well, in NOLA, check out Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop, which is the oldest bar in NOLA. The building dates to 1722. Sounds like my kind of place. Also, good for turtle soup. Check out Galatoire's. Yeah, I'm definitely getting turtle soup when I'm there. That is a definitive thing that I'm going to be doing. Absolutely. Yeah, turtle soup, some alligator po' boy and stuff like that. Gumbo and jambalaya. It's a little bit of a food experience, I'm sure. You know, New Orleans is definitely renowned for its food. Turtle gumbo, you mean, says Scott Steiner. Yeah, no, I'll have it either way. I think that you can get it either way, like an actual soup. I know that they make gumbo. I prefer a shrimp gumbo. Isn't there a literal Bubba Gumps actually down there? Last beacon, hi sticks, ping us. As long as you're paying me, you can say ping us. I will no longer tolerate unpaid pinguses. Anyways, we got a lot of news to cover today. Some crazy shit. I mean, as usual. So I hate it. Sometimes you have a really slow news day. There's nothing to talk about. Sometimes you have a really fast-paced news day and you're like, God, I've got to parse this down. I can't even get to all the news unless I want to have like a 24-hour broadcast or something. Sometime I'm going to do that, by the way. I'm going to pull like an all-nighter and have like a 24-hour live stream. That would be cool. That'd be fun. We've got the Covenant Killers Manifesto. It is about as expected, which is to say depraved and filled with obvious evidence of mental illness. It doesn't surprise me at all, but it has been released by the Tennessee Star. Actually, it's downloadable on their site, link in the description. It's about as expected. I've got one of the images open over here because otherwise the text is a little bit small on the original page. So I'll be reading some of those notes. I got to be careful what I say, though, because some of it would probably be bannable. Again, it's about as expected. Young male voters are flocking to Trump, but he doesn't have their interests at heart. The Guardian with a stink piece. The original premise, which is that young voters are flocking to Trump, is true. Of course, he does have their interests at heart. Hey, how about this? I don't want you to send you off to World War III, and I would like for it eventually to be possible for you to buy groceries. I would say that's pretty much in favor of young voters and every other voter too. We've got a weird piece by the Daily Caller. It doesn't really make sense. This is an idea by Ken Blackwell. Unregulated cryptocurrency platforms enable lawlessness at the border. It has nothing to do with the current administration's actual policies. Crypto is to blame, as usual. Basically, whenever anything goes wrong, blame Trump or blame the existence of cryptocurrency. You can't go wrong. The liberal media will want you on board their shows. New York official charged with taking money, travel, and poultry to aid China. Yes, this is the Linda Sun story. Trust me when I say, if you have not seen this, it gets fucking bizarre. This is the big news of the day, technically. And a judge ruling Illinois' public transit firearms carry ban is unconstitutional. And by the way, reminding me, when I transit, of course, I'm not going to New Orleans without a firearm. So you have to put that in the checked luggage. Of course, you can't put that in your carry-on bag. Although I did note that there was like a study some years ago that over 50% of bomb-like packages that were in the luggage, they weren't even detected by the TSA. So I don't know. I guess you can do that, but I do not break the rules. Not to that capacity. Willing to break a few rules, but we're not talking about felony sort of shit. No, thank you. I'd rather not spend my time in a prison in Louisiana. Doesn't sound fun. Last Beacon, of course, it's always the Guardian with the stink piece. Yes, indeed, our old friends at the Guardian. Nesquick, thank God the Tennessee Manifesto isn't scratch and sniff. Could you imagine the smell of festering, angry troon stench? We're going to get into that. I actually feel sorry for the shooter to some degree. This is a person who was wickedly messed up. I don't know exactly what the fuck happened, but this is someone who is totally fucking psycho. Like, imagine Kamala Harris if she didn't enter politics. Lord of the Ree. Kamala Harris violated FEC rules regarding the Gold Star families. Look up Kamala Harris rule. No, you don't want. No, I'm not even going to. No. We're not going to be reading that out. Do not look that up. That is a bad idea. It's an internet meme, but trust me, it's not. I mean, if you got bulimia, then definitely I officially condemn the idea of looking that up. Last Beacon. They would rather have World War III and abortion than weed. Rather peace than actual prosperity. Last Beacon. Also, I have to ask, what is your favorite panic food? The type of stuff you like to eat when you're panicking and it calms you down. I'm curious. After my overdose, I went through a period of anhedonia. I couldn't feel pleasure. I couldn't feel physical sensations of pleasure, except the sexual. But, I was young at the time, so whatever. I would say tuna fish sandwiches, tuna melts, or with lots and lots of sweet pickle juice on them. Yeah, Lord of the Ree is trying to do a fast one on us. I have stopped him. I have performed something for society. Snack Bottle. What's the relationship between Trump and chaos magic, if any? I wrote a book on memetics. Just a sec. Yeah, just got a text. But yeah, there is definitely a relationship. Memetic magic is real. It's about linguistic conveyance and psychology more than anything, although I go a little bit beyond that. RJ, photos of Wall's entire family came out wearing Trump shirts in front of a Trump flag. Even his family hates the commie fuck. Yeah, no, I know his brother especially has thrown him under the bus. Albin Johnson, favorite anal cunt song title. Let's see. Anal Cunt. Good band, by the way. Grindcore. Some people wouldn't like it. I liked, what was it called? Was it Rectum Grinder, I think? I like the one from Sociopath. Sociopath was one of their weakest albums, but there was one song called I'm Wearing Your Panties or something like that. I thought that one was funny. Ghost Text, morning sticks. I think this neoliberalism waning out with populism rising on either end is a symptom of corruption being less discreet over the years and also more easily discovered thanks to the internet era. Alex Bogey, when my girlfriend complained about high grocery prices, I told her that Kamala will help her. She said, why can't she lower the prices now as VP? Good point. Do you think most normies don't know economics? Yeah, if they knew economics, then there'd be no such thing as a socialist. Ron Cowart, with Kamala saying she washes greens in the tub, can we get trending hashtag tub girl Kamala? Oh my fucking God. Yes, I know what tub girl is. I do get the reference. I was back on 4chan in the late 2000s. I'm aware of shock sites and stuff. Maybe meat spin Kamala or something. Dylan Killen, did you see the news about Niger? Japan is wild. No, I didn't actually. Let's get to the news. I'm going to read a little bit from the Nashville Manifesto, but I've got to, I have to be careful with what I say here because some of this is probably not allowed on YouTube. Darkness, nature, Pap and Bav. I'm not exactly sure what that refers to. I'm assuming, I don't know, boyfriends or girlfriends or maybe parents or something. Everything hurts. Why does my brain not work right? Because I was born wrong. Nothing on earth can save me. Never-ending pain. Religion won't save me. And then the second image, this gets even darker. This is the Nashville Manifesto, you know, the Tranifesto. Soon I will leave this world. You and your friends will be just fine. Does it even matter if I'm alive? I will regret nothing. I regret nothing in my death. No regrets by the gun. Can I say that? Something, all pain must end someday, so I must die. I'm sorry, innocent people will be taken. And that's the basic gist of it. This is just a couple of the pages from it. The Tennessee Star managed to obtain it finally. I'm assuming the public was not intended to actually see the manifesto at all, which is why they were trying to cover it up. What they did, the judge basically said that it belonged, the manifesto itself was the proprietary belonging of the families of the slain, which makes no legal sense whatsoever. I'm not exactly sure how the Tennessee Star managed to obtain a copy of this. I'm assuming that maybe one of the families decided, hey, this should be released publicly. Since the judge granted me proprietary rights, and send it into the Tennessee Star, and of course they would have seen images from it. So that's my assumption. To the families of the slain, I'm sorry for you, and to whichever family presumptively sent this to the Tennessee Star, thank you very much, because the government was quite clearly trying to cover this up for a reason. This is an extremely mentally ill individual who is totally fucked up by the system. It appears not to be a religious gripe, actually, although religion is mentioned in the manifesto itself. It appears to have been psychopathy more than anything else. But the government doesn't want you to know one thing, which is that mental illness and dysmorphia are linked together, in fact, inseparably. And they didn't want to make a socio-political issue of this, and that's why they were hiding it, it appears. Last beacon, I don't need to see Kamala Harris Rule 34. I don't want to see her 60-year-old self nude. You, just you. Yeah, I mean, if you need to, you ate too much and you feel a little sick, if you need to purge, I just look that up. No problem. Scott Steiner. Mark Cuban did an expo on Friday for kids on what presidential candidate they want to be like. Trump in a landslide. Also, we want to see you in an airboat on the bayou. House of Blues is no great. Yeah, this is going to be partially a food holiday. Don't worry, I will get pictures of all the gumbo and shit like that. Anaho Dave, yeah, I'd rather look at Hillary Clinton naked than Kamala Harris. And I'm being honest when I say that. Alan Smithy was skeptical of the energy blend from Cultivated Mind, but it is my third day using it. How does this even work? I just feel awake. No jitters, hashtag not sponsored. Yeah, I've got my mushroom pills over here. And I think another bottle's on its way. I use it pretty much every morning, along with vitamin pills, but I just take them just as a supplement. I realize that vitamins are overrated, but at the same time, yeah, you can do worse. The Dashing Rogue. What dates are you available to be a guest on my show in October? Let me get back to you because I will be in New Orleans, actually, through the beginning of October. Coffee Slayer, Sticks, you unblack-pilled me, my dude. Thank you, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's my goal. I figure I'm here to help as many people as possible. That's the whole goal. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name. Real Sebastian Monroe, there seems to be an emerging political party that the elderly seem to flock to after feeling let down by the GOP and Dems. Check out Lemon Party. Yeah, look up Lemon Party if you want a thrill. It's a couple of elderly gentlemen, and one of them's, I think, sucking the other dude's cock, actually. Let's get to our sponsors before we continue. I kind of want to move this along a little bit more quickly because there's a lot of stuff that I have to do. Again, I do have to get out to the garden and do a little bit of weeding and stuff. I would mow, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. First and foremost, I am now a Goldco partner. www.stickslikesmetals.com, where you can get all sorts of cool stuff. Gold and silver. Oh, shit, it's falling out all over the table. I'll try to grab it all. Yeah, I got my silver. I am a silver monger. I do stack silver. I like physical silver. I need to buy a bunch more of it. You can also get gold from them. And they are very helpful. They were very, again, understanding of my transatlantic existence. They can help you to roll over your retirement portfolio, actually, into gold and silver. And apparently this is tax-free. They can help you with that. I don't know as much about that. I just know I like physical gold and silver. But you can get your free investing kit again, stickslikesmetals.com. It'll take you to Goldco, and you can go and talk to them. Very helpful. They've got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, so that's a positive thing. We are in a weird economic time. I mean, our next president might be a literal lunatic, so you might have some problems. There's a little bit of economic shaky going on, and so gold and silver is something that you can invest in, potentially as a hedge against inflation. You think, if the economy is going to drop out completely, that fiat currency is not going to be worth that much unless you want to wipe your ass with it. And so you can go to Goldco there again, stickslikesmetals.com, and get your free investing kit. I like working with them. I wouldn't be if I didn't like the company. Also, I think they're partnered with Sean Hannity, if I remember correctly, as well. I think that he actually promotes them. There's probably a reason for that. I'm assuming that Sean Hannity understands investing in things. So again, that's probably helpful. You can make your own economic decisions, but you should at least be able to consider gold and silver. Again, just get an investing kit, and then you decide. You make your decisions for yourself. That's the way to go. As for me, I'm going to enjoy staring at my little stack of silver here. Can't remember. These are each, I think, an ounce. Fine silver from the U.S. Mint itself, actually. It's pretty great stuff. I'm going to buy more silver. I want to have I would like to get hundreds of these and have a little chest, put them inside, and then get wasted and watch pirate movies and say, "Arr, me booty," and stuff like that. Just saying, I enjoy living in a land of fantasy because reality sometimes sucks. Troy ounce is 31.1 grams. I didn't know there was a difference between those. That's interesting. I literally didn't know that. Thank you for the information. Lord of the Ree. Actually, I like Sean Hannity. He's one of the only people left on the Fox News network that's actually seems to be reasonably independent. Since Tucker Carlson has been shit canned. Yeah. Matt Perkins, base profit. Will they jail Donald J. Trump? I don't know. On this one, I do not have any crystal ball reading. I would say, though, that they are absolutely goddamn fucking insane if they do so. Completely goddamn insane. I mean, it'll really freak society out. It'll also ensure Trump's reelection. I'm almost hoping that they do jail him. Put him in Rikers. Then he can emerge from Rikers on election day when he's inevitably won, and it'll be all good. It'll be funny. Mr. Baker, is there a minimum amount of money needed to invest with Goldco? Again, you can get your investing kit there. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not 100% sure if there probably is a minimum investment, but I'm not sure what it is. It's probably on their website too, but they send out the investing kits. 87 Sparker, the bad thing about gold is the government knows who buys it. Yeah, well, you can always hide it and cash it. D-Bob Cole, Sticks, I stole a whole box of MREs for you to have. Oh, you're my best friend. Yeah, message me on Twitter. Give me a DM over there. That's what I'm talking about. I've still got a bunch of other MREs. I've still got to eat Anton's MRE. By the way, hello, King of Biltong, from South Africa, actually. Wonder how it matches up to the U.S. ones. I would say the best ones are the Australian MREs. Australia has the best. The UK used to have the best, but now they've changed their format. They don't have the ones in the boxes that look all fancy anymore. So that's sad. The French MREs are really good, but I still like the Australian ones more. I was unimpressed by the Spanish MRE. A lot of people applaud it. And I know that the Italian MREs supposedly are the best, but I've never actually been able to obtain one. You look at the cost on eBay or something like that. Yeah, I'm not paying that much for a couple of meals. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do that. Young male voters are flocking to Trump, but he doesn't have their interests at heart, says Stephen Greenhouse. This is a Guardian stink piece. Trump isn't an icon of positive masculinity. He also did very little for young men during his 4 years as president. Well, let's see. Speaking as a well, at the time I was young, reasonably young male now, closer to middle age than youth at this point. Trump did a shit ton for me. Technically what I'm doing is gig work. I'm self-employed. He gave me an up to $100,000 on Maine taxes, an offset because I paid the self-employment penalty. So there was that. Inflation was low, so I could buy as many pickles as I wanted. Everything was going fine. It was hunky-dory. Plus, he didn't kill a bunch of young men starting new wars. Unfortunately, all of these things now have changed. We have considerable inflation, and it's sticky, although the Fed is considering lowering interest rates. So hopefully we're kind of sort of out of the woods, at least for now. We could use a good quarter, in other words. You've got people taking out credit card debt to buy groceries. You've got people who had a reasonably comfortable existence, just with one job. And now they have to take out a second job to buy groceries. They're the lucky ones. The unlucky ones are taking out credit card debt. We've got several wars that the U.S. is directly involved in. You had the disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal. And who mainly died in that blast at Bagram Airport? Oh, young men. Oh, how lovely. How absolutely wonderful. Yeah, no, Trump did such a terrible job. And Biden is doing so well with this particular cohort. The idea, by the way, that Kamala Harris is going to be like a champion of young men, you fucking retarded. Yeah, that's I'll believe it when I see it. I'm hoping that I don't have to see it. BW, I'm afraid if he goes to jail, he won't come out. Frankly, I would rather he did a Snowden just to keep Dems from getting him. That won't happen because he would have the Secret Service guarding him, and he'd probably have his own cordon within Rikers. They would have to clear out some of the other convicts, so they'd have like a Trump wing or something like that. And it would be so surreal and so bizarre that the American people would not help but understand what's going on. Last beacon, I got a huge stack of silver for nearly 11 years. I'm going to get me some more, at least in the near future, if I'm still here, that is. Yeah, silver is great. I'm not a huge gold person. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I would invest in it. But I don't really like having gold on me, if that makes sense. Number one, I don't think it looks good. Number two, I believe that silver is purifying for my occult purposes. And so, yeah, I prefer silver. BW, well, of course they're going to bring down inflation now to make Dems look better. But if she wins, the recession will be a depression. It would be better to have a recession now. Yes, it would be better to vote for Donald Trump. We are still going to get some sort of landing. The music can't play forever. But we've got one choice with Trump. You get a softer landing. Things won't outright collapse because at least he's competent. With Kamala Harris, you're going to get a hard landing. I used the analogy in the last live stream, I think it was, or a couple days ago. With Kamala Harris, your plane's got a busted engine. Her decision is to smash it into the side of a mountain. With Donald Trump, your plane's got a busted engine. He attempts to land it so that people on board don't fucking die. That's basically the difference. Not just a string. Young men don't need special help. Give them an economy that wants to make use of them with upward mobility for the talented, where they can find purpose in spouses. Spare them wars and it'll work. Agreed. McPlugin 3.5. You are our Leeson Al-Gabe. I don't know who that is. LAF. Sticks, cover your HG. I can see your right hip. Would not want YouTube to ban you during election season. Just an FYI. Thanks. No, you're not allowed to show off weapons on live streams. But who says that I have a weapon on me right now? Can you see enough of it to determine what it is? Holden Sneedmeyer. Sarah Wagenknecht is the name of the lady leading the new German left party. Alexander Mercurius of the Duran covers the German political situation quite well. The IDF and her party are seen as bad. Spider Eternal, hypothetical. Trump wins every state. What do you suppose the reaction would be? I don't know that there'd be any significant reaction because the left would be so shocked they wouldn't be able to reply, really. BW. I meant that I was hoping for a recession now, so she might not get elected. Hussein Al-Gaib is the messiah figure of Dune. Oh, yeah, it's been a while since I saw Dune. I am not hoping for a recession. That is, I can't bring myself to want that for the American people. Sal the Hamster, talking with Larry Sharp yesterday, he pointed out Riker's a jail, not a prison. If he was held there, it would only be for 10 or so days before transfer. New York State is closing Comstock and Poughkeepsie. Oh, they're closing the prison in Poughkeepsie? Oh, interesting. Reformed Sauron. Jailing Trump after smashing Kamala in a debate would be extraordinarily bad for them. Yeah, it would look a little bit too obtuse. Unregulated cryptocurrency platforms enable lawlessness at the border. This is according to Ken Blackwell. The open border policies of the Biden-Harris administration continue to allow dangerous criminal networks and drugs to pour into our country. Absolutely agreed. But then he goes off and starts talking about cryptocurrency. Before substances like fentanyl ever reach the southern border, their creation, purchase, and entry are planned in an elaborate underground scheme by foreign nationals, who often use unregulated crypto platforms as a digital financial safe harbor to disguise their crimes. Considering that you're leaving a digital data trail, that would be a bad idea. I have a feeling that it's more like cash, possibly precious metals in some cases, or commodities, like trafficked children or something like that. Encrypted blockchains like Tether and stuff like that. They're going to cause problems at the border. Now, there were problems at the border anyway. Here's the problem is the U.S. government's current border policy makes no fucking sense. It has nothing to do with cryptocurrency. What are you even talking about? Yeah, it's just crypto. Yeah. The border would be perfectly fine if it weren't for the existence of Bitcoin, basically, is basically the insinuation. Sal the Hamster. Talking with Larry Sharp yesterday, he pointed out, oh, I already read that one. He'll most likely get put under house arrest. Yeah, I agree. The most troubling thing is he'll be in the Manhattan transfer station where Jeffrey was. I think that it'll be fine. I wouldn't worry too much. Trump's safety is more hazarded by going outside at this point. Wait. Wondering if there's a follow-up to that message that I got. Okay. Let's see. The Grizzly. I know you don't like sci-fi movies, but Dune would probably be your one exception. It's full of psychedelics and trippy visuals. The new Dune is great. Yeah, I mean, I saw it when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since. Pilgrim Media. What do you know about gun reciprocity laws? I'm not much, actually. I believe that there is gun reciprocity throughout many states, though. Michael D'Angelo, I can't imagine Donald Trump doesn't totally cream pie Kamala. If shenanigans take place at 4 a.m., that might draw the Appalachian men out of the wild. Anxious. I wouldn't be too worried about things. I think that Donald Trump will easily win at the debate. That much is fairly clear. I mean, Kamala can't debate her way out of a paper bag. And then he goes on to win the election. That's the most likely course of events. New York official charged with taking money, travel, and poultry to aid China. Linda Sun, who worked for both Governor Kathy Hochul and Governor Andy Cuomo, was accused of using her position to benefit the Chinese government. Now, the kickbacks are in the 7-figure range. So this is not like low-level, you're just a Chinese agent and you get a stipend to go live in Los Angeles and, I don't know, snoop around or do whatever. The poultry part is strange. Prosecutors say that the poultry shipments, actually, I should probably read the first part first. In July 2021, 6 Nanjing-style salted ducks prepared by a Chinese consulate official's private chef were delivered to the parents of an aide to the New York's then governor, Andrew Cuomo. About 4 months later, another 6 ducks arrived at their home. Another 4 months later, there were more salted ducks. 8 months after that, still more salted ducks. Prosecutors say the poultry shipments, described in a federal indictment unsealed Tuesday, were just a small part of a years-long series of payoffs to the aide Linda Sun in exchange for actions that benefited the People's Republic of China and its Communist Party. The 65-page indictment, that's pretty long, also described travel benefits, event tickets, and the promotion of a close friend's freight business with a headquarters in Queens. Prosecutors say that Ms. Sun blocked Taiwanese officials from having access to the governor's office, eliminated reference to Taiwan from state communications, and quashed meetings between Taiwanese officials and state leaders, including Governor Kathy Hochul, who succeeded Mr. Cuomo and promoted Ms. Sun to Deputy Chief of Staff. She also ensured that state officials did not publicly address the persecution of Uyghurs, a primarily Muslim ethnic group that for more than 1,000 years has lived in a region of what is now China, prosecutors said. And so they're prosecuting her for being a Chinese state agent. Now, I have a question here. What is this about salted ducks? It's never really addressed fully. It appears to be just a sort of a gift from the Chinese state, but why specifically salted ducks? It doesn't even make any goddamn sense. Like literally, I was reading the headline, like, oh, poultry. So I'm thinking like factory level poultry shipment was like, you know, money laundered or something like that. No, it was just personally prepared salted ducks and shit like that. I got even more confused when I'm looking through the article. Nobody ever thought that it was a little bit weird that a fairly low-level aide originally was buying seven-figure homes. Nobody thought that this was strange at all until the feds stepped in. Nobody at the state level, nobody investigated. Holden Sneedmeyer, do as Douglas McGregor recommends with the border and put the U.S. military on it, just as it was historically. Post Kamatase, I believe it's called. They can't. Redane, Sticks, could you give your full thoughts on Musk? I remember you used to say he was primarily interested in making money. Is this still your opinion? Yes, but that's helpful because he knows that he can make money by promoting free expression. Freer expression, as the bonus holes will tell you. Billy, rest in peace, Paul Harrell. Yes, indeed. Paul Harrell has died. GunTuber. Interesting fellow, actually. I've only seen a couple of his videos. I like the one with the vampire self-defense. I think that was last Halloween. That one was funny. He was shooting arrows at like this sack that had like fruit and meat in it and stuff like that to see the penetration. And he was rambling about vampires, and it was pretty funny. So yes, he has unfortunately died. He is a legend. Dat Pie over there. The RFK endorsement has made Long Island red. New York State might not flip, but I'll see in LI are Trump signs. Time to make a hearty beef and bean chili tonight. Yum. Andrew Sobel. Good morning, Sticks. How can you be so sure that Kamala wins by doing a lot of Hong Kong honk? Don't you think that could happen again and she'll be the president and we'll just have to accept it? I mean, it's possible. It's just not likely. By the way, please send no more super chats. I'm going to keep this a little bit short today. And keep in mind, at 1 p.m., I'm on with the quartering. Alex Bogey, any pear farming tips? My harvest the last 2 weeks has been a little tough. Still left up high, hoping next round the fall will be softer. I've never grown pears, actually. George Crozer, have you read God's Graves and Scholars by C.W. Surham? Amazing narrative on the history of archaeology. Amazing read for the amateur. No, I haven't, actually. Never heard of it. RJ, you can go to Rikers for 364 days as a sentence, and the prisons upstate are closing because no one goes to prison in those states anymore. NYPD for Trump. Interesting. Last Beacon, I would agree with why not to bring a recession onto the people, but I would rather screw over Kamala Harris and the pro-abortion and pro-weed crowd. I'm pro-weed. Just saying. I mean, it's the lesser of two evils, at least from my perspective. Scott Steiner, Trump's DOJ won't be able to indict corrupt officials like Lisa Page. 85% of DC populace has massive TDS. We need to overhaul the government, like reaffirm U.S. Marshal as the sole Fed LEO and ending the FBI. I agree with that last part. Senor Faces, reminder that if yo hablo en con mi pistola sin ID in Chicago is completely legal, but as soon as I carry my Wisconsin ID CCW, I'm a criminal with a 9-round pistol. This is Mike. Clank, motherfuckers. Hope all your shit is good, Tarl. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. Ultra Venom, hey Sticks, have clanked for years. Love your insight. Just released a 50-song album, all genres of pro manga music. Check YouTube, Ultra Manga Mega Mix, Volume 45 and 47 tracks, Echoes of Unity and Neon Dreams. King of Biltong, good morning from Anton's. Biltong is one of the most protein-dense foods in the world, and packed with B12, zinc, iron, creatine, and more. Need a healthy snack? Get yours at BiltongUSA.com. Sticks 10 for 10% off. And last weekend, I would have to agree that Trump would win at the debate because of the muted mics, which would have been much more linear speaking Trump instead of one that says off-the-wall nonsense. Yeah, he'll be more linear with the muted mics. It'll be a good thing. Again, please send no more super chats. I do want to get to the sponsors here other than Goldco before I go offline, but I'm keeping a little bit short today. I've got work to do outside. We have cultivated-mind.com, where you can get mushroom pills. And I mean, testimonials, several other people have said that they've decided to buy some and they actually work. So anecdotally speaking, it gives me more energy. Pumpkinfirecrafts.us, where you can get belt chains, keychains, engraved spoons, glassware, and much, much more. BiltongUSA.com, the land of Stick, Sex, and Hammer mugs, tumblers, and shirts, but also Anton's sweet, sweet meat. Put it in your mouth. So they got some Wagyu. Trust me, it's not going to last long. Goes good in ramen, by the way. Wicked Needle Embroidery.bigcartel.com, where you can get Stick, Sex, and Hammer hats. That's a good idea. Everyone could use a hat. Several designs and colors are available, by the way. HeritageHeirloomSeedCompany.com, where you can get a seed survival bucket, or you can get Stick, Sex, and Hammer soaps. This is the block kind. This isn't the bars that you would be buying. They come in little fabric wrappers, little cloth wrappers, and they're pretty cool. They've got the Ouroboros logo and everything. That is cedar as well as clove and blueberry. Looks kind of like a blueberry too, so it just sort of fits. Websterswares.com/sticks-wares, where you can get various paraphernalia. You can get some metal straws to save some turtles. You can get jackets. You can get knives. You can get flags. They've also got Trump merchandise available as well, and also various miscellany. They got little fire starters and stuff like that. They're pretty cool. And then finally, jamandbean.com. That is jamnbean.com, the land of specifically Stick, Sex, and Hammer coffee. New blend is coming soon. Until then, get the Costa Rica blend. Just fucking trust me on this one. They've also got teas available. The coffee hits hard. It's nice and smooth. It's pretty good shit. Send your faces. Please send more super chats. No, please don't. I'm actually going offline now, and I will be back tomorrow with more news. I thank you to the 4,000 people who tuned in live, but I've got to prepare for other things as well. I got to get that some fucking collards in and shit like that. At some point, I've got to take care of that back area. It's going to take a while. It's been slightly neglected yet again. That's about all. Peace out.